Incoherent, inconsistent and unreliable. That's how the lawyer for a former Dilworth teacher on trial for sex crimes has described the allegations against his client. An Auckland jury today heard closing arguments in the case against Lenard Cave. Laura James was at the High Court.
It was on these school grounds 50 years ago that the Crown claims one teacher's pattern of predatory behaviour began.
What we can see across that time period is an escalation of his offending. Someone who starts out in a somewhat opportunistic fashion but moves into a far more calculated offender. The subjects remain the same, but the plan evolved.
Lenard Cave's been accused of sex crimes by 6 former students, 5 from Auckland's Dilworth College and 1 other from St Paul's in Hamilton.
1 trial, 4 decades, and 6 men with a tragic shared experience.
The defence is adamant none of it adds up.
If you add up 6 flawed stories, you don't get to 1 good story.
The 75-year-old's Waiheke badge has been central to the case against him, but his lawyer says those alleging abuse there have had their memories muddied by time and alcohol.
This sort of evidence is not good enough to prove criminal charges to the standard of beyond reasonable doubt.
But you don't need perfect memories in order to accept what happened to them.
The Crown says he was a teacher who abused his position.
Clearly, Mr. Cave, he didn't think the rules applied to him. He was beyond them.
If they can't get their stories correct about the key events, you cannot come in with verdicts of guilty based upon these stories.
The jury has a dozen charges to deliberate on once the judge sums up tomorrow. Laura James, One News.